Alright, this is the Syphon Nano V2 dual head from Toothpick Mining, and it's on right now. No materials flowing through it, and as you can see, I have some water exiting the system through a little dream mat into a little catch tub. Now this is a little experimental setup that I've got going on here to see if it misses anything, to save myself a little bit of panning in the end. I have played with this a little tiny bit. I've done one run and it worked very well. So let me go over what the plan is to test this out, and we'll give you guys a little look at it. Now, I am in no way sponsored by Toothpick Mining or anything like that. Matter of fact, this is testing it out for myself and for the audience. There's no bias in this at all. So we're gonna give it a run. I'm gonna put some of my gold in it with some of my dirt, and then we're gonna run a bag of pay dirt that I bought from Gold Nugget Sales, the White Horse 1 gram chunky gold, and we'll see how it handles some bigger gold. So let's show you the material from the Hassayampa River that we're gonna run through this with some fine gold first. All right, now this is a Garrett Super Sluice pan. Got a little bit of water in there. And I'm gonna go over here to my shed. And we'll get some of this Hassayampa pay dirt out of here. There's a lot of black sands. And I will, there are some larger rocks in there, so I'm gonna grab a classifier real quick. Classifier. Get that bigger stuff out of the way. Dump a couple of those bad boys in there. Alright, I went ahead and took my 8 mesh screen, my gold screen, and classified the dirt out. That's why it's in a different pan now. I wanted to get all this stuff out. Alright, so now let's take a look at the gold that we're going to put in there. Alright, there is just over a gram. There's a little bit of black sands in there. Some fine gold. A couple little flakes in there. It's 1.085 on the scale, but there's a little bit of black sands in there. So we're just shooting for a gram. We're going to look for color in the pan, in the tailings afterwards for sure. There's our target in the sands. Okay, we're going to mix this up. And I'll get it a little bit wet, and then we're gonna scoop it into the hopper here, and then we'll pop into a little time lapse after we show you it running, and it'll suck it on down. So here we go. Alright. It's a lot easier with 2 hands. Load this bad boy up. Alright, I'll catch up with you when I get it full. And there's some of the siphon action already exchanging into the second tube. It's actually flowing down into the sluice pretty well. The sluice is just something I was playing around with. It's actually working. Alright. I'm gonna keep filling this hopper up. It's already eating it up. Let's go. Alright, I stopped the time lapse. As you saw, we had some serious difficulties here with the clog. Let me show you the size of this rock. This little thing. See if it gets through the 8 mesh screen. Nope. Alright, so our bad on that. But yeah, I mean, definitely sensitive to the size of material. And this one isn't even picking up now. It's all running through here. So it obviously doesn't like the size of this material on it. It's pretty much sand. So looks like I need to do another hopper pull or mess with this a little bit. I'll catch up with you here in a second. Alright. Got it up and running. It does look like there's flow getting pushed down, but over here, but it's not actually siphoning the material down like it is over here. And it's funny because I'm gonna definitely chalk this up to not classifying it down, but I ran minus 20 material this first run and did not have any problems like this at all. So I think I'm gonna run the same material after I see what we got for gold, after I classify it down to like 20 mesh. See, it's getting clogged again. Pull that up and put it back down to unclog it. All right, I'm gonna keep this running here. All right, we got all the material in. You can see the gold down in there, floating around. Yeah, definitely need to do some process improvements and more classification. And let's see what we've got in our tailings. We got a bunch of stuff to pan out. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna do some stuff here. Let me get this reset up. I'll pan this out and see what we got. Alright, I've kind of figured out what I've done wrong. When I had taken this off the first time for the clog, I put it back with the flow backwards, so it was not percolating or siphoning properly this side. It was over here, thus the fluid exchange. So I have all the tailings in there. I'm going, and the first run right there, I'm going to run this batch back through, just as is right here. Load it back up, run it back through, and give it another go. And then I'll separate those two runs and that'll be what we'll look at when we weigh it up and see what happened. All right, got her fed with some dirt. She's eating a lot more evenly and both sides are flowing. That's how it should look. So learn with me as I learn how to use this siphon sluice. It would be kind of cool to have like a little arrow printed on this side to show us which way the direction should flow. I mean, I'm easily able to make that kind of a mistake without paying attention. Yeah, a lot better with the proper flow direction, and you got to get those big rocks out of there for sure, no doubt. Now this is the tailings that I went through the first time. That's the first concentrate dump out from both tubs of the first run, and we're rerunning those tailings since we kind of flubbed up the first run. All right, I'm gonna let it eat. All right, it ran through that pretty dang quick. I'm going to unplug it. And it's funny, it didn't catch hardly any heavies compared to the first time because it got most of the heavies and kept them. And we got a cool black land pattern down here in the tailings. Get this pan, and we'll get this thing broken down here. Take this off first because it's got a little bit of dirt in it usually. Go ahead and take these hoses off. It breaks down and rebuilds really quick. As you can see, I got to clog that run. Took me no time to get it unclogged and back and running. Alright. Dump this thing out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. That's the first side dumped out. That's how it goes back together, right? Alright. Let's do a really quick pan back and just see what we see here. Oh, there's definitely gold. Definitely gold. Okay. And these are our tailings from the first run, which was a total fail. 100% user error. 100%. So that's why we reran the same material again. That cleans out. This thing, actually I don't know if I put that other one back together right. I did not. It goes like this. Okay. Easy peasy. Boom. Uh-oh. I lost my little hose. Little hose, no! Oh, there you are. Alright. And that's back to running out. That's how easy it is to clean it up and put it back together. Alright. What we're really wondering now is how much gold's in here after going through our runs. Going through it twice. So I need to pan these two out and dry up the gold, weigh it up. And then I need to go through this stuff right here. Maybe. Alright, so this pan right here is the very first run with all the hiccups and backwards running we got. That's all the gold we recovered. And in this pan is all the gold we got on the second run. Ran great. Had one little clog, got it fixed. And then those are all the tailings. I was very thorough with my panning. I went through it 3 times. So we're gonna let this dry up, turn the misters off, and go inside and grab an ice pop. And we'll catch up with you when these dry off. All right, we're gonna weigh up the first pass, which is all this gold here. Arguably cleaner than when we first weighed it. And we were looking for 1.085, even with that little bit of black sand. Just, we're looking for a gram, basically. So we got 1.035. Then this is the second pass worth of gold, because we had a little bit of hiccups, right? Get that in there really quick. Ooh, little nugget just woke up. All right, let's get that in there. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna chalk the rest up to being black sands or thereabouts. You know, I'm 3/10 out, and we weighed up some black sands with it to begin with. So there's the gold. It looks a lot cleaner. And we are gonna get on to the second part of this test. Pretty happy with those results, considering we had some hiccups. I thought we were gonna do a little bit worse. I figured there would be some gold spilled on the table. All right, outside, here we go. All right, we're ready to get on to part number 2 of the Nano Sluice test here. Part number 1, we did some experimenting, more learning along the way. Here we've got a control from Gold Nugget Sales. It's a 1 gram bag. We're gonna classify this with our 7 screen, and we will run the -7 mesh through the Nano Sluice. So I'm going to classify this down and we'll show you what it looks like. And then this is all the -7 screen here. Definitely got some angular rocks, and we got some silt. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some pour offs of this and rinse this dust off, so we can kind of see it running through the Nano Sluice. Get some of this chocolate milk and some of these sticks out of here. All right, that'd be good enough. All right, I found 2 pieces of gold in the +7. They're actually pretty large. So this will definitely have anything we have as far as the fines go. I'll plug this bad boy in. And it's running. Tilt you up a little bit here. All right. So we're basically ready to rock and roll. I'm gonna go ahead and get this material fed here. Into the Nano Syphon. This angular stuff, it doesn't like to drop either, huh? quick tip on unclogging this bad boy. Turn the water off, unplug these two hoses, and just pull this whole thing out. Dump it in the pan. And then you're good to rerun this material that was all stuck up in here. There's nothing spilled. It was very efficient. All right, let's try this again. And I'm gonna try to feed this, I guess, a little bit more slowly. It's basically bridged. This material. Man, this is crazy. It really doesn't like this angular rock at all. Alright, I've got minus 20 mesh here in this little pan, and there's hardly any of this material, so this may have been a poor selection of material. You know, this thing definitely has some limitations, and we'll go over that here at the end with the pros and cons about how I feel about this so far. But let's go ahead and dump this 20 mesh, minus 20 mesh in. What's up, Prospector L? You don't have a hammer with you, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay, good.
So go get me one.
Oh, you want me to go get you one? Yes, sir. I mean, it makes really quick work of that material. It's done. It's fed all the way through, and it's percolating it, you know, through the system. So, I mean, it definitely works. There's no question about it. And we'll kind of go over when you should and shouldn't use something like this, in my opinion, which means nothing much, but yeah, we'll go over a couple things like that. But yeah, it's run through that fairly quickly. Get some of this side stuff washed on down. Yeah. What do you think, Al?
It's cool.
I think so. Looks pretty cool. You know, this is the stuff it was having some problems with. And hold on, bud. What was happening is it was all bridging in the feed throat, and it wasn't able to get fed. I mean, there's some really long, thin pieces of broken bedrock. See that? Yeah. I mean, that's gonna clog an orifice that small anytime. So, let's see if there's any gold in this stuff here. Yeah, there's a piece right there. Nice little wiry piece. Put that in there. Drop that right in the siphon. I could probably get another classification on this and get some of these larger things out of here. Let's see how it handles this. Yeah, it doesn't like that at all. It'll deal with them. You gotta force it through. Watch. Watch what I'm doing here. Taking a little handful. And they're getting bridged right up in there. But if you kind of give it a little helpy doozy, it'll break that little bridge that's forming. sometimes. Yeah, there it goes, there it goes. But we don't want to have to do that, right? It'll work, but we don't want to have to do that. So this has gotten all the gold out that we can get with that mesh. Got a little bit to pan out here. There's some gold in it. And I'll open these up independently, the first one and second one, and we'll dump them out separately, and we'll see if there's any gold in this and how much gold is in this, and then we'll pan out the tailings.
It's cool gold.
That was the gold that was in the oversized material, the plus 20. And I was thinking about dropping it in there and seeing if it caught it, but we're just gonna keep it separate. Keep everything separate here. And it's time to pull. Let's go with the second one first. So let's unplug it. Got that detached. Got that detached. All right. This is our second catch, our second siphon. Let's see if there's any gold in here. Okay. I have to pan this out real quick. Or maybe just flip it back. There's really not a lot of material. Oops. Yeah, I'm not seeing any gold in that at all. So what I'll do is gonna snuffer up the oversized gold, and I'm gonna dump this in here just in case I miss with this gold pan. Sometimes it can be hard to see. It can be kind of hard to see some stuff. Let's check it one more time. And I see absolutely no gold. So that'll go down. And let's dump out this first batch, this first siphon. Cleanup done. Back together the right way.
What?
All right. Yeah, 1 minute. 1 minute. Got a Costco run coming up. 1 minute. All right. Oh, and there's some shiny.
What?
Yes, 1 minute. All right, we're gonna pan this down. Saw some gold, saw some gold. Nice flaky little pieces. Oh yeah, there's a decent amount of gold there it caught. I figured between the large pieces and the plus 20 there wasn't gonna be much to see. And to my pleasant surprise, I'm wrong. There's a good amount of gold there. And looks like some pyrites too, some lead and pyrite. Got all the heavies for sure. Yeah, let's get this worked down. Yeah, there's definitely like a piece of lead right there. and definitely some pyrites. So it got all the heavies in the first catchment, none in the second. I mean, it's looking pretty good. All right, and we'll call that good for this. Nice little smile of gold there. And now we need to pan out the tailings. Oh, I forgot to mention, I'm gonna snuff this up along with the plus 20 stuff. All right, on to the tailings. All right, I'm gonna pan out these tailings here. There's not a lot of material. Very fine, light material too. Yeah, we're gonna go to Costco. Diapers, diapers, diapers. We only have one more kid in diapers. There's nothing. There's not even black sand in here. There's no gold. Wow, I'm pretty freaking impressed with this little machine here. There's nothing. All right. Got what's in the snuffer there. Two nice pickers. This is some dirt from Gold Nugget Sales, the White Horse. Yukon pay dirt. And pretty sure we did pretty well as far as recovery. Nothing in the tailings. It was all the gold that we got to run through the system was in the first catchment basin. We did have a couple clogs, and let's talk about that here next. All right, so overall, I think it works really, really well. It does have some limitations as far as what size material. There was something I noticed here up in these orifices, and it's just mainly because of the manufacturing process. There's a camera. But in some of these holes, this one's pretty smooth. The other one, it's really, there's build lines, and there's a huge variation, and it's like oval shaped instead of round in this main one right here. So that's definitely going to be something that kind of hinders the performance of what the size of material can go through. But that isn't to discredit this thing. It's still a prototype. It's 3D printed. It's still getting tested and things like that. So I'm totally fine with working with some of the limitations. It's a cleanup sluice. It's for dirt that you have a hard time getting the fine stuff out of. You know, plus 20 mesh gold is not that hard to pan out. So to me, separating it, getting all the stuff lower than 20 mesh to run through that smooth and recover is going to save me a lot of time panning black sands. That's kind of what I think it's mainly for, rather than like sluicing, you know, material. It's not really a sluice. It's something to reduce your heavies. With that said, I kind of have a plan in mind. Let me show you. So every couple months, or in this case, maybe every 3 or 4 months, I build up these buckets of tailings from pay dirt prospecting and all kinds of other stuff, and they're overfilled. So I think, let me know in the comments what you guys want to see. I think I'm going to classify all this stuff down to minus 20 mesh and set it up to run you know, 10 gallons of minus 20, maybe 5 gallons of minus 20 material, and just feed it. So I think we did a good job choking this bad boy as we do some pressure tests. I just kind of wanted to feel it out. Questions, comments, suggestions down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and have a great day.